Fresh off their vote to strip names like Lincoln and Washington from area schools, the San Francisco Board of Education has moved on to this important business. A columnist from the Chronicle tweeting, the SF School Board tonight spent 2 hours talking about whether to allow a gay dad of mixed-race kids to volunteer for one of several empty seats on a parent advisory group. Their problem was that he's white and doesn't bring diversity to the group. Let's bring in the co-chair of Project 21, Horace Cooper, to talk about this wokeness out west. Horace, good to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to read a little bit more from the report in National Review. They said this: one speaker, an openly queer person of color, said adding another white member to the council would be really, really problematic, and said that other voices need to be heard first before white queer voices. The San Francisco Unified School District was and still is operating under white supremacy, another speaker added. So the board remains all moms, and this gay white dad with mixed race children is not allowed a seat. Your reaction?
You know, I've said this a couple of times, and it still bears repeating. We are going to have to apologize to Jim Crow of the 20th century because of what we're doing in the 21st century. People forget, and they get themselves focused because a lot of how the woke and progressives operate, we forget the principle. When Rosa Parks, a decent Christian woman who worked hard, a mother who with her husband raised their children in a way that was admirable. At the end of a long day of work, she wanted to sit down. And the bus driver said she couldn't sit in, quote, the white section, and she ultimately was arrested. This is wrong, not because she was black, not because she was a woman. This is wrong because the bus driver looked out and he saw her physical traits and decided that was who she was. This is no different than what we are seeing today. People are looking at physical traits and they're deciding that that is who you are. We now are seeing a hierarchy. Apparently, being gay is kind of diverse, but not diverse enough. Well, guess what? If any of you guys went to law school like I did, you remember Plessy v. Ferguson. Guess what? On the train, we had to rank people based on how black they were. We decided some trait about them that they had no control over, we were going to rank whether or not you had two black parents, whether you had two black grandparents. We are doing almost the exact same thing. And guess what? Back in the 20s, people said it was good for us to separate on the basis of race. I'm hearing progressives today tell us it's good for us to separate on the basis of who's more woke, who's more diverse. The truth is, what we look like, who we date, has nothing to do with the essence of who we are as individuals. That's how we should be judged. That's the way Rosa Parks should have been judged.
Well, along with changing the names to all those schools, well, not, leaving all these empty seats on a volunteer board, by the way, because this gentleman wasn't allowed to join.
Absolutely.
They also apparently, hours into the meeting, they hadn't decided to reopen the schools either. So, Horace, thank you for weighing in. We always love having you.
Thank you.